The wind howled through the jagged peaks of the Black Fang Mountains, carrying with it the scent of iron and frost. A lone figure stood upon the edge of a cliff, his tattered robes fluttering like the wings of a wounded crow. His name was Lan Zhao, once a disciple of the illustrious Silver Cloud sect, now a fugitive with a blade that whispered secrets of the dead. The sword at his side was no ordinary weapon. It was the Morning Echo, a cursed relic said to drink the memories of those it slew. Every time Lan Zhao drew it, the voices of the fallen slithered into his mind, their regrets and hatreds festering in his soul. He had not asked for this burden, but fate had bound it to him the night his sect burned. It began with a betrayal. The Silver Cloud sect had stood for centuries, a bastion of righteousness in a world ruled by ambition and deceit. Lan Zhao, an orphan taken in by the sect's elders, had trained tirelessly, dreaming of the day he would uphold their legacy. But the Grand Elder, a man he had called Master, had other plans. On the eve of the Blood Moon Festival, the sect's gates were thrown open to invaders. Lan Zhao awoke to the scent of smoke and the screams of his brothers and sisters. He fought, of course. With nothing but a training sword, he cut down 3 assassins before a blade pierced his side. As he lay bleeding, the Grand Elder stood over him, his face a mask of cold indifference. "You were always too loyal for your own good," the old man said before leaving him to die. But death did not take Lan Zhao that night. Instead, the Morning Echo found him. The sword had been sealed beneath the sect's ancestral hall, its dark energy suppressed by layers of sacred talismans. The fires had weakened the seals, and when Lan Zhao crawled into the ruins, the blade called to him. The moment his fingers closed around the hilt, the voices began, a chorus of the slain, their final moments replaying in his skull. Now, months later, Lan Zhao wandered the land, hunted by those who feared the sword's power and sought by those who wished to wield it. The Grand Elder had not been acting alone. A shadowy order known as the Veiled Lotus had orchestrated the sect's fall. Their goal was unclear, but Lan Zhao knew they would not stop until he and the Morning Echo were destroyed. One evening, as he sheltered in a dilapidated shrine, a woman found him. She moved like a phantom, her presence undetectable until she stood mere feet away. Clad in robes of muted violet, her eyes gleamed with an unnatural light. "You carry death with you," she said, her voice like wind through dead leaves. Lan Zhao's hand went to his sword, but the woman did not attack. Instead, she offered him a name, Mei Lian, and a warning. The Veiled Lotus was not merely a cabal of assassins. They sought to unravel the barriers between the living world and the realm of spirits. The Morning Echo was one of 7 keys needed to open the Gate of Sighs, a portal to the underworld. For the first time since his exile, Lan Zhao felt something other than rage, dread. If the Veiled Lotus succeeded, the dead would walk the bowl. Earth once more, their hunger insatiable. Mei Lian claimed to be a rogue disciple of the Obsidian Mirror sect, an order dedicated to preventing such catastrophes. She offered him an alliance, though her motives were as shrouded as her past. Reluctantly, Lan Zhao agreed. Together they traveled to the ruins of the Scarlet Pagoda, where another of the cursed blades was said to be hidden. The journey was fraught with danger. The Veiled Lotus had eyes everywhere, from bandit kings to court officials. More than once, Lan Zhao was forced to draw the Morning Echo, each kill adding another voice to the cacophony in his mind. Mei Lian watched him with growing concern. "The sword is eating you alive?" she murmured one night as he trembled. From another nightmare. Lan Zhao knew she was right, but what choice did he have? Without the blade, he was nothing, just another orphan with a grudge. At the Scarlet Pagoda, they found not a sword, but a mirror, the soul thread glass, said to reflect the true nature of those who gazed into it. When Lan Zhao looked, he did not see his own face, but a writhing mass of shadows, the faces of the dead twisting within him. Mei Lian's reflection showed something worse, a hollow void where her soul should have been. She laughed at his shock. "Did you think me human?" she asked before vanishing into the night. Lan Zhao was alone again, with only the whispers of the sword for company. Days turned into weeks as he pursued Mei Lian, his confusion festering into betrayal. Had she been a spy for the Veiled Lotus, a vengeful spirit, or something else entirely? The trail led him to the city of drowned memories, a place where the past was said to linger like fog. There, beneath a temple dedicated to forgotten gods, he found her standing before an altar of black stone. The remaining cursed blades hovered in the air, forming a circle around a pulsating rift, the Gate of Sighs. Mei Lian turned to him, her eyes now fully black. "You were never meant to stop this," she said. "You were meant to complete it." The abri. Morning echo trembled in his grip, the voices screaming as one. Lan Zhao realized too late. He had not been chosen by the sword. The sword had been waiting for him. With a roar, he plunged the blade into his own chest. The world exploded in silence. When he awoke, the gate was gone. The swords lay shattered. Mei Lian's body was slumped against the altar, a smile frozen on her lips. The voices in his mind were silent. But the whispers had not stopped. They had simply become his own.